How's it, everyone? For anyone that knows me, they would know that I'm not a huge fan of having admin access. More specifically, I'm a huge fan of having just-in-time admin access for when you need it. Now, a couple of months ago, I wrote this blog post for how I ended up locking down my kids' MacBook Airs. And essentially, what it does is it sets a couple of defaults. So we scroll down here, you can see the sudo set defaults. And what this set of defaults specifically does is it goes into settings and it hides a couple of specific settings. So you can see here when this pops up, I can't change the date or time. I also can't get into device management. And then if I scroll down here to Touch ID and password, I can't change any of these settings. Now on their machines, also you can't get into user group, so I can't show you this specifically, but on their machines, they were set as standard users. Now this worked great for me because obviously they couldn't change a bunch of settings. But the problem is that when they needed to update anything, so maybe they needed to update an application or they needed to install something. So with their school, their devices needed to be in-tuned. And the school couldn't set that up. So they had to bring it home and I had to do that, which is not a problem. But the problem is, or the bigger problem, should I say, there is that I'm the big blocker for them being productive with their devices. So I set out to find a new solution for this. Now, for me to just go and undo those settings, I'm going to head down here to grab this configuration and I'm going to switch over to Warp quickly. And you'll see if I just bring this over. So if we go ahead and paste that in, hit enter, you can see this pops up asking me to authenticate. But something that's potentially a bit weird because I can normally use my fingerprint for this is that it's saying that I have to enter my password and it allows me to change what that username is. So I'm going to cancel out here. And the reason why is because on my machine at the moment, I'm not currently an admin. And why might that be? So I went on a journey to sort of try and unblock the kids. And along that path, I came across this application. So SAP have developed an app called Privileges. And what that app basically does is it has a little lock at the top here, and you can then request access. And when you request access, it sort of gives you a short amount of time to be an admin. And then after that time, it takes it away, and then you're no longer admin. Pretty simple. They've got a whole bunch of different ways that you can configure it in their wiki. And what I've gone and done is set a couple of defaults for myself because I found this tool quite cool when I was looking at it. And then I enabled the same thing for the kids and it works quite well for them. So if you go to my GitHub to privileges monitor, you'll see this. Basically, you run this little setup and then you run install profile afterwards. And the way that ends up working is you go to the top here, request privileges. I've got it set that you have to specifically ask for a reason. So I'll go here and say disable locked settings, request access. After you request access, now this is again some configuration that you can either enable or not, but I've specifically said that you need to do authentication. So it asks me for my Touch ID. I'm now authenticated. You can see by default, my current configuration says give me 20 minutes access. So I've made that show in the top corner. And then if you do show the dock, you'll see that the dock icon here has changed to show it's unlocked. And it also shows how long is left of that time. But now if I head over to here and I'll try and disable that again, it's still asking for my password. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and enter that. And now I'm an admin. So that worked. Although I suppose earlier you wouldn't have seen it doesn't work. So I'll switch this off now and show you that it doesn't work. But yeah, if we go back in settings, you can see that all of these settings are now opened. So I can get to the device management, for example. So you'll see here, I've got this SAP Privileges configuration. And this configuration is what specifically gets installed when you do when you run this install. So this install will just run this mobile config. So you can come play around with this config yourself. What I've done is said that anytime something changes, it needs to run the shell script. That shell script sits over here, and the setup actually copies it to this location when you run it. We then say that we need to pass a reason, so that's why it pops up and asks for a reason every time you request access. Also requires authentication, so you need to specify the touch ID or password. If you have this off, you'll just be able to toggle in and out of admin mode whenever you want to. So that would be like sort of great for you to, I guess, easily elevate when you need to. The potential problem with that is then you can go and change all other admin stuff on your machine. So yeah, I mean, it's low effort to put that on, so I'll just leave it on. And then yeah, allow biometrics. For reasons, I said allow a minimum of 10 and maximum of 250, and then set some defaults for the expiration durations of the session. And then lastly, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all for you. But something that I haven't shown, and you might have seen at the top here, a little one. So if I go and I suppose revert the privileges at the moment, you'll see that switches to 2. And this is what happens inside of that shell script. So part of that shell script, there's some configuration that pushes an event out to ntfy shell. So I get this, obviously if I come into the portal, I'll see this, but more specifically on my device. Let's see if I just go and refresh this list. So I normally do get a push notification. I just don't know how to show that in the emulator. So you can see here that now my access has been switched back to standard. Yeah, I got elevated to admin with this reason. If I had to scroll back down here, you'll see when the kids elevated to do their Intune configuration. But back showing you the fact that I don't have access anymore. If I just, like, even if I had to go do a sudo ls over here, you'll see that it now says that I don't have any access. So one of the things I did set up at one point, but then I took it down because it was just a bit janky the way it was set up, is that anytime there was a message similar to this saying you tried to do something with sudo and you didn't have access, I logged that as well. It just was a little bit janky. I might look at adding it in later on again, and you can always just come back to this repo and see if it's there. But yeah, that's pretty much how that works. I wouldn't, if you are setting this up for your kids, I wouldn't skip this part. So this is pretty useful still to keep some of those settings locked down. So yeah, if you didn't want them to do stuff in say Touch ID or user groups, so yes, they can come and grab this config themselves when they're an admin. In my case, I'm sort of trusting or hoping that my kids don't come and do that. I have shown them where this is for, like, when we did need to do this. Obviously, setting up the Intune stuff, we had to do device configuration. So while we did that device configuration, they needed to get into device management. So they do know that this blog post exists. They do know how they can disable it when they need to. The important part for me is that I get this notification. So even if they did go in and disable this whole notification system and how this all works, I'll at least get the first one that says they've promoted with whatever reason they gave, and that can at a minimum have a conversation that's around why they needed access. In the end, I don't think they're going to do anything malicious. It's sort of in some ways protecting them from themselves. And then, yeah, a little bit of traceability for me so that I can help make sure that they are doing what they should be doing. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments or maybe ping me on one of the social medias. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.